Hey guys, I just went over a bunch of things and then I forgot to do something. I forgot to time me because I only have a specific amount of time to do my videos. This is as far as I got, and while doing this, I'm going to be building this base, which I'm probably going to be using and showing you some replays. I'm going to be showing you some key aspects of building a Town Hall level 8 and 7 base. One thing to keep in mind is put your it does kind of work for Town Hall level 9, 10, 11, some, but really mostly 9, because once you get to 9, 10, 11, you have a big change. You get the power weapons. I think a lot of YouTubers have been using this term. Your Expos, your Infernos, your Eagle Artillery, those things are huge. Yeah, they're really huge. And you want to protect them. But hey, we're doing Town Hall 8, so let's get right into it. So, the first step I did was spread out my storages. You don't have to spread them out perfectly to one another, but you want to spread them out. And keep in mind, this is a farming base tutorial. And once I started doing the walls for spawn half, you see how I'm putting a lot of space for giant bombs all around my build. Although I'm not trying to use make my little sections too big, because that can definitely be a problem. But because you have a lot of walls left over and you can do like double layers on this, well, that doesn't really do much. You know, wall breakers have splash and whatnot. You really want to get the feel of doing this. Another important aspect is spreading out your air and ground. This is really important, and you really need to do this because you might get screwed by minions, which has happened, or they might, snipe these storages. Oh yeah, something that I'm going to be doing right now is actually changing the position of these, because I don't want my storages on the outside, because it's a farming base. Well, storages on the outside aren't particularly liked, or what's the better word for it, shared by the community, because, well, most people just think it's completely screwy, which is not 100% correct, but it's pretty screwy when you have a bunch of, storages on the outside, and this is a farming base. It's pretty screwy. Okay, let's get back to the point. Another aspect is we're building. It's down to level 8. I've been seeing a lot of uneven buildings. Excuse me. I had some popcorn, extra buttery, even though I don't like butter, but man, it is getting to me. So, another important thing is leaving space for traps. Not just giant bombs, but you want to leave the space pretty large. And you also, when putting your uneven builds, that's what I call them, it's basically, this is going to be even building the bomb tower. Another uneven building, the ultra towers, because they have 5. An even building would be something like the mortars, which you can easily place around. Another aspect to building a base, I know there's a lot of aspects, it's pretty laborious, is spreading out your splash, because if you're not doing that, then you can get burst damn hard. Like, I'm talking damn hard. I mean, we did just get the introduction of the bomb tower, which is another uneven building, which is really annoying. This makes making these bases that much harder, really. To build them themselves. Another thing that you don't necessarily need is the air sweeper on the inside, although it is preferred by most people to have the airspeed on inside. That's just because you can easily destroy it if they're doing an air attack with maybe a king. And I'm talking like 10-7 right here, but you know. So spreading out, so let's just go over the list right now. Spreading out, oh, wait, another thing I really have to mention. Watch this whole video, like, don't go by building your base and watching the video and building the base, because there's a lot of things that I might forget and you might, like, do bad on. And that might make your base design that much much more hard. Let's just go over, like, a kind of like a checklist. Leaving space. Don't use too much walls. Spread out your air and ground targeting units. Spread out your splash. Spread out your air defense. This is something that I haven't done yet. Very important for Terranol level 7 specifically, because some people use dragons, and if they're all like clenched up, they can just do all dragon from that side and they'll completely destroy you. You don't want to get mass trooped. That's pretty embarrassing. Most of all in the war. But hey guys, this is a farming based tutorial, not a war. I would be like really sad if I didn't mention that. Yep. It's a farming based tutorial. It's not a war based tutorial. It's a farming based tutorial. Farming. And something about a farming based tutorial is to spread out your loot, because people are going to be looking for your loot if you're, farming, because you're trophy pushing with your fellow trophy pushers, and you're farming with your fellow farmers. If you get a lot of loot, they're gonna be taking away all your loot, and you're gonna be mad because you're not spreading them out. Because a lot of times they don't have the best attack strategies, and they don't bring in war troops. Although a lot of war bases have the elixir collectors on the outside. I mean, the storages on, like, the outer rim. So that's why you shouldn't really use war bases when farming. Or they do keep them from free-starring you and getting all your loot. Uneven bases. Oh yeah, another thing is this checkered pattern for the storages. Really important. Another thing that I may have mentioned, I don't know, is I'm going to be putting the elixir, the dark elixir things on the outside of the base. Like so. I'm not going to be putting in the inside, but I actually just realized that I will be able to, wait, can I have a giant bomb in here? Shoot. I might not want to put that in there. Hey, there's still a lot of space for giant bombs in this build, so I can leave it be, and I can put these things right in. And something that you might be asking yourself is, why in the world aren't you just doing this and putting it around? Simply for one reason, or a few reasons. You can definitely do that on a base, but this makes it so if they're trying to like have like an even attack, they're gonna get funneled in here. How to explain? I should probably put these elixir drills on the side, but it's not gonna make that much difference because not many people use bombs. That's not really the stuff that's gonna be killing it. It's gonna be archers, things with ranged attacks. So it's really not that important. Another thing that this build I'm going to be featuring outside builderettes. You don't need to do this. You can shove it right somewhere to take up. I'm going to be doing, mostly outside builderettes. Okay, let's get into the build a little bit more. Speed it up here. I don't want to waste your time. I want to get this nice and quick to you, although it is very complex building a base. It gets more complex when getting to like high 10 halls, but really this is basically it. Oh yeah, another thing is try to get the ultra towers on the outside so they can't really snipe your collectors unless you're like really active. You don't really need that. But getting the better range things on the outside is, well, it's more it's called normal to have. Another thing, something that I do recommend doing is putting in your defenses first. This might make it a little bit easier. Although you definitely don't need to do this, it's just recommended by me. So I got to say for now. Okay, another thing that I just realized is that my base is way too wide. And we're very much large. So I'm going to be making some changes. My first big change, I just realized something. These things aren't on track. Okay. Big thing which I'm going to be doing is putting my putting this in. This is something which I forgot to talk about. If you have an active clan and you actively get donated troops to defend, you probably want to keep this right in the middle of your base to make it hard for people to access. Excuse me. That was really bad of me to do, but I must do it. Popcorn is really getting to me. Yeah, that's all for this little clip. Okay, guys, this is something that's really stressing me out. I don't want to put defense here because it might mess up defense targeting troops, and that's not exactly what I want. I want to control the defense targeting troops, and this might make people attack from either side, which I don't exactly want. But hey, I still have my dark elixir storage, and this thing. The other thing to keep in mind is that your barbarian king is not a defense, so this isn't really even. I didn't do that. Oh, wait a minute, I did. Yeah, okay. You heard nothing, people.